I'm Puerto Riqueño, born and raised in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I'm an activist, filmmaker, a community organizer who uses my art, my camera as a weapon to document what's happening in my community, to tell stories. Much like what you guys are doing, to give voice to the voiceless, to make sure that we shine a light on things that are happening that need attention. So it's really using the camera to expose, to educate, to inform, and to mobilize the community to take action.
Okay, so where did this cause begin in regards to cop watchers? I know you do cop watchers, so let's touch a little bit about cop watchers.
So yeah, cop watching is basically the act of observing, documenting police as they stop and detain people in the street. So this tactic is not really to instigate, provoke, agitate, obstruct. It's more to observe, to keep eye out on and see things as for what they are and keep a record of it. So, for the last 20 years, I've been involved in organizing Cop Watch. And it really started, partly by different groups in New York City, people of color who back in the mid-90s, during the Giuliani administration, where, just as it's continued till now, there's been a lot of cases of excessive police abuse, a lot of horrible cases, a lot of, strong arm of the police. And for us, it's been a tactic to use to keep safe, to keep our community safe, because it keeps a record about what happens. And we know that the majority of the time, it's the police's word over ours. So if we get arrested and we believe there's something wrong, and you go testify in court, what they're going to say? They're going to listen to the cop, they're going to listen to us, and who they're going to believe? Cop, 97% of the time. So, but with video, and what people have realized, in this era, that everybody having a cell phone that records video, everybody being uploaded to YouTube, is a weapon. That you can protect yourself, that you can expose it, this stuff goes viral. You are able to have power for the world to see what the hell's going on. And that is changing things in this country, in this world, is putting power in the hands of everyday people. So that's really the ideology, the philosophy behind Cop Watch, that you can't do this alone, that it takes a community to back each other up. So when you go out there, it's discipline, like a strategy, where we go out with many cameras, and cameras watch each other, like a chain of cameras. So you have a camera, I have a camera, we all watch each other as we're watching the police. So if the cops come and they try to grab the camera that's up front, there's another camera there, there's another camera across the street. So this is community control over the police. And that's what we need. That's democracy. That's making sure that we're putting power in the hands of the people, not the authority.
Broken windows, people. You gotta let the mayor know that broken windows is a powerful policy where undocumented people can get deported for hopping the train fare. Come on, what kind of stuff is that? This is not a sanctuary city if that type of policing policy continues to exist.
What brought you to the State of the City address at the Apollo Theater the other night?
Mayor Bill de Blasio does this yearly, State of the City, where he pats himself on the back about all the stuff he did in the last year. So it's important for us as a community to go out there and say, yeah, we got a report card too for you, and we're going to rate you, and you getting an F. Again, because he claims he's going to try to stop police brutality, but what we see is that he's, kissing the ass of the police more and more.
Mayor Bill de Blasio stated, "We came here with a clear understanding we have to heal some wounds of the past. We have to right some wrongs." What are your thoughts? And how can that be done if you had the power to change it?
So he does not. He said we have to heal the wounds of the past. By ignoring them, that's not going to heal them. You know what I'm saying? It's like my homegirl Shannon said, you can't put a Band-Aid on a $1.50. You know what I'm saying? This is like a serious gash, and you ain't going to just throw some little makeup and think this thing is going to go away. I think by him bringing in Commissioner Bratton, by him taking many back steps as opposed to like addressing real affordable housing for low income people, about bringing about real police reform. If he's not getting to the root of the problem and he's just there to take a photo op and, you know what I'm saying, smiling our faces, oh, this is the same old thing. Nothing's changed. He's not representing change.
Not for sale! Not for sale! Not for sale! Well, you know, the privatization of NYCHA houses, they have a plan to take away all the public space from NYCHA houses and build, quote, affordable housing on it, which isn't affordable for a lot of people. So we're saying, you know, support public housing. Keep the people who live there housed. There's not enough housing in New York.
I'm being displaced. Other people are being evicted right now at this moment as we speak.
Invited us to join you at the community board meeting last week or the week before. Why don't you share a little bit about that, and has anything changed since then?
Well, this community board meeting allowed us at El Grito and the Coalition to End Broken Windows to help facilitate a conversation in the neighborhood that's needed.
Ho, ho! Broken windows have to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Broken windows have to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Broken windows have to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Broken windows have to go!
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. My name is Dennis Flores. I'm from Grito in Sunset Park. Everybody's going to have their turn to speak. Don't worry about it. You'll have yours, and we're going to have ours right now. All right? So much respect for everybody that's coming out in the cold. It's important for everybody to understand what is the purpose of why we're coming out here and why we're taking the stance to end broken windows.
That's what they're putting all their energies into. So that means that the cops are out there looking for people that are hopping turnstiles, spitting on the sidewalk, committing jaywalking, like these small crimes. When cops could be focusing on looking for murderers and rapists and all that stuff, they're looking for people that are peddling cigarettes. They're looking for, like, you know, there's little things, all right? So then what happens is when they put all their energies onto that, we see cases like Eric Garner. We see, you know, cops overstepping their boundaries for little things. So situations where things could get de-escalated and treated differently, we've seen cops choking people to death for little things, for things that weren't even like necessarily a crime, but a violation. And, you know, that's what broken windows is about. It's about, they say that if the window is broken in a neighborhood, there's rampant graffiti, people are urinating in the street, the public is tolerating this stuff. So if the cops go aggressive towards little quality of life crimes, it's going to deter the bigger crimes. And what we're seeing is the legacy of broken windows is that a lot of innocent people get hurt. And right now, under the Trump administration, people are being deported for hopping a turnstile, for having a small amount of weed in their pocket, for something that they did 20 years ago. People right now are being deported. So when this mayor says that this is a sanctuary city, that they're going to protect immigrants, that they're going to fight Trump, that's a bunch of nonsense. They're selling us this dream, and they're lying to the public, saying that they got our best interests in mind. And that we can't go. This is an election year. These people are going to be using us. They're going to use our pain. They're going to use our struggle. They're going to sell it back to us, and they're going to try to get themselves elected.
This is not about Republicans. This is not about Democrats. This is about our people, our district, our community. So when you guys come out, it's support our people.
Una de nuestras gentes les sirve el número 1-800. Necesitamos un abogado. Cada una de nuestras madres necesita un abogado que la pueda defender y que la pueda representar para que nuestras familias puedan mantenerse unidas. Estamos aquí. Jackie Hamilton, we're going to start a rosary and we're going to pray that you listen to our voices.
A real clear connection for this gentleman in the back who said, what broken windows got to do with me? We're talking about immigrants. I'm the son of an immigrant. My first interaction was a police officer when I was 12. My son is 12 now. My son is 12 now. I do everything I do around police brutality and broken windows policing because broken windows is the number one way that you and someone in your family is going to be affected.
Okay, so in regards to these immigrants who are having their rights violated, where can they find maybe their rights and help?
Yeah, because people are undocumented or they're immigrants or whatnot. that doesn't mean that they don't have rights. So when a police officer stops them and asks them for ID and all of those things, it's important for people to know, be careful, because they're going to use your own words against you. They're looking for information to lock you up. They're not looking to be your friend. They want to find out who you are and, can I get you locked up? So the least amount of information that you give them, you answer yes, no. If a cop stops you, the first thing that you should say to them is, am I being detained? So if a cop is saying, yeah, you're being detained, that means you can't move. So from here on out, the next thing is I'm going to say, am I under arrest? Because if you're under arrest, then you shut up and you got the right to remain silent. From then on, you don't have anything to say and explain to the police officer. If a cop is stopping you and they're detaining you, it's because they suspected that you committed a crime or are about to commit a crime. Anything from then on, they're looking for information to lock you up. So the more you start saying, the more you start talking, the more you're giving them. So it's important for you to protect yourself by saying, I choose to remain silent. Immigrants, young folks, everybody out there got to start searching for information. And one of the resources that we have, you can look up at Grito de sunsetpark.com, and we have a weekly legal clinic where we teach people about not just their rights, but we have access to lawyers that are part of our meetings, and people get to sit down with a lawyer, consult, get information, and also get a resource that if they get caught up in the system, that, there are lawyers in our community that we're providing free of charge for low-income folks that you get to fight back. You don't just plead guilty to something you didn't do.
I want to thank everybody for coming here this evening. And what's happening in this country, I never thought would happen. The first day when people were being denied access into JFK, it was surreal. I was like, what is happening? This is America, the land of the free. And I went out to JFK Airport, and we had state troopers out there, we had the police out there, denying people access into our community.
We care because we care because